Hey, what's going on, Jam fam? So the Spongebob season's been out for a couple of days now, and today I just wanted to talk about what I think about the Spongebob season so far, only like 3 days into the season, and unfortunately, I'm not like super positive about the season overall. I do like a couple of things here and there, but for the most part, I'm just not a fan of it, and I just wanted to talk about all that stuff today. So let's just jump right into it. All right, so here we are in game, and the first thing that I actually want to talk about is going to be the Krusty Krab shop. Now, I do like what they were going for here. One of the things that really sucked about the Godzilla season and the Classic Brawl season is that all the rewards were RNG based. So if you missed something that you really wanted, unfortunately, you can't get it right now. It's locked behind a paywall, and they might not even bring that stuff back. We don't know yet. But fortunately, we're going to be earning this Krusty Cash through the season, and you get to like save up all the stuff you want, and you can pick whatever you want out of this shop. Like, for example, if I wanted to, I could save up all my Krusty Cash and try to pick up this Buzz skin as long as it comes back up in the shop before the season's over. But that's basically where all my praise for this actually ends. I have a lot of complaints about the way this whole thing is set up, and I'm going to go into that right now. All right, so first thing, it feels like everything out of the shop is super expensive. For example, I already showed this Buzz skin. It's 11,000 cash just for this. That's an insane amount when we talk about like how much it actually, like how much you need to save up to get this thing. But just even looking at like this Griff skin I could pick up right now for bling. I don't need to buy it out of this shop, but because they tacked a legendary star drop onto this offer, they want 7,000 Krusty Cash for that. Again, that's a really hefty price when you consider how much we're actually earning throughout the day, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But even like simple things like this is 1,000 bling, 250 credits, and a power meal, which is going to go away at the end of the season. How much do you think this costs? The answer is 1,900 Krusty Cash. That's days of grinding for 1,000 bling, 250 credits, and something that's going to go away at the end of the season. That's ridiculous. All right, so everything out of this shop just feels super expensive in my opinion. And how much Krusty Cash are you actually earning every day? Now, up to this point in the event, I have personally accumulated 3,300 Krusty Cash. That seems okay because it's been 3 days of the event so far at the time of recording this, so I've been getting about 1,000 a day. Well, it's not really 3,000 that I've actually earned. I've earned 2,300 because I actually earned 1,000 from the link that they sent out through the creator code. So you minus 1,000 off of that. In game, I've actually only earned 2,300. You get a daily paycheck. I earned 1,000 from the first day, and then every other day has only been 100 just for signing in. That's not a lot, obviously. Then you get 100 per event that actually like offers the Krusty Cash. So right here, Brawl Ball is going to be offering 100, and Duels is going to be offering 100. And then I already did the Jellyfishing and Trio Showdown. Those also offered 100. So in total, I earned 500 Krusty Cash today. So we can basically go off getting 500 a day. There's a couple of days in the daily paycheck that give you 500 on their own, like this day right here. That day 9, that's going to be 500. So basically, 500 is the base amount you're going to earn per day. And that's not a lot at all, especially when you want to buy something like this. And I've only seen offers like this. I have not seen them do the offer for just this skin itself. I've only seen it with like hypercharges and legendary star drops and sprays and pins and stuff like that. So I don't know how viable it is to actually get all of these skins through Krusty Cash. And all this just feels really predatory to me because if you look in the shop, you can buy Krusty Cash for gems. There's special offers for Krusty Cash in the shop for gems. And it just feels like everything's so expensive out of that Krusty shop to try to sell you all of this Krusty Cash. All right, so like I said, it's only been 3 days, but just looking at it right now and how we're only earning 500 cash per day, and you know, they're putting up offers for like 7,000 and even like 2,000. Like I said, this one's only 1,100, but this one is 2,000. So like I said, because of the price of everything and the fact that we're only earning 500 cash per day, it does make me feel like it's very much geared to try to sell this Krusty Cash out of the shop, and it's kind of annoying to me. Now, I will 100% admit they could very much do like an influx of Krusty Cash on us through the course of the rest of this event. For example, like with the creator links, they might do something again like that. They might do a challenge that earns Krusty Cash every time you get a win. They might do quests that give you Krusty Cash. So there's definitely room for them to give us a big influx of Krusty Cash throughout the course of this month. So we'll end up seeing what happens there. But I'm just saying, as of right now, it feels like this shop is very much geared to try to sell the Krusty Cash early on, and I'm not biting on that. All right, so the next thing that I want to talk about is going to be the power-ups. Now, the power-ups are basically exactly what I thought they would be. There is a meta for them. There are really good power-ups. There are really bad power-ups. And unfortunately, I have managed to dodge all of the really good power-ups. Well, I did get 1 level of Chum Ball, and I think Chum Ball's a decent one, but by far and away, the best one is the Spatula's power-up. Spatula is really OP. It's really easy for assassin brawlers to get you low HP, and then they can just insta-kill you once they get you below 50% HP, and then when they do get to use their Spatula at the higher levels, then it's just like they get all these crazy buffs. It just feels like this was designed to be the best one, you know? I already mentioned it, but I do think Chum Ball's pretty decent as well, mainly at the upper levels. The lower level is okay. It does give you homing on your main attacks, but you do get like pretty decent buffs from the Chum Ball itself once you get to the level 2 and level 3. Level 1's pretty okay on someone like 8-Bit. I think 8-Bit's pretty good with it. Surge can be decent with it as well. And then like Krabby Patty, I think Krabby Patty is absolute garbage. I'm not happy that I got this one first. It just feels like it's just not that beneficial. Maybe at level 3 when you have 3 Krabby Patties floating around you and you get more buffs from it, it's way better. But at level 1, it just feels kind of mid in my opinion. And then Bubble is garbage. At least at level 1, it's really bad. I don't see it being much better at level 3. I haven't played someone who had a level 3 Bubble yet, but it just feels like the bubbles don't really do that much, and you know, it doesn't even go to the full range of your attack until like the very last level. So overall, I just think Bubble is really bad. So on top of there being a meta for the power-ups, there's also a very pay-to-win aspect of it, because like I've already said, power-ups are way better once you get them to level 3 as opposed to just being level 1, and you have to get multiple copies of them, and you only get one power-up a day if you're lucky. I guess it's not guaranteed to get a lunchbox out of the shop. Like, I've gotten a free one every day, but I guess there's people who have not gotten a free lunchbox every day. So if you are expected to spend your Krusty Cash just to get an extra power-up every day, that kind of sucks, because like I've already said, this shop feels very expensive on purpose, and we're not getting a lot of Krusty Cash to begin with right now. So it feels like that's another way to push people to try to gem up their Krusty Cash to try to get more of these power-ups. And the power-ups are also pay to win, because every mode that has these power-ups enabled is for trophies. There isn't a casual mode. Every mode that has these power-ups enabled, you win or lose trophies, and you're very much incentivized to try to get more of these power-ups, more of these higher level power-ups. Now, that's not to say mutations didn't have that exact same problem. Mutations were also for trophies, so like that aspect of it definitely did exist. But like I said, mutations were just like, you unlocked a mutation, that brawler was good, you were set with that brawler. It feels a little more grimy because it's multiple brawlers, and there's multiple levels to it, so you're incentivized to try to get multiple copies of the same power-up. And if they're incentivizing you to try to get more lunchboxes, it feels like they're trying to push you to buy more of these offers that have lunchboxes. And like I said, Krusty Cash seems to be a bit of a problem right now. So again, if they give us more Krusty Cash, this won't be as big of an issue, but that remains to be seen. As of right now, we're getting 500 Krusty Cash per day, and I guess you're not guaranteed to get this free lunchbox every single day. So if they're expecting you to try to get a couple copies of these and they're only giving us 500 a day, it definitely feels a little pay to win in my opinion. All right, and the last thing that I want to talk about is going to be the game modes. Now, we're going to start with Trio Showdown. It's probably the mode that I have the least to say about, because like, it's just not me. I'm not a Showdown player. I said that in my reaction video. I said that in my W's and L. Trio Showdown was not made for me, but I am participating in it just to try it out, to see how I like it. And I just want to go over my thoughts about Trio Showdown real quick. But remember, not a Showdown player, so take it with a grain of salt. All right, first off, I don't absolutely hate this mode. Of the 3 versions of Showdown that we've gotten, you know, singles, duos, and trios now, I think trios is probably the best of the bunch. And it is cool that, you don't have to leave one of your friends out. You can all team up and play Showdown together. So I do like that aspect of it. I think it's very good for the community overall. And like I said many times, it is something that we have been asking for. So I do like that aspect as well. They are listening to the community and they are giving us what we asked for. So, I mean, that's cool. Now, my experience in actual matches hasn't been like the best in the world. It's been okay. I've had good matches and I've had some really annoying matches, and overall, it's just okay. Luckily, I haven't seen any teaming in Trio Showdown, but I am not playing super high trophies. I'm playing in the 500 to 600 ranges. I don't know how it is at like 700 and 800 trophies. You might be seeing teaming there. Let me know if you play in that range and what you've experienced. But for me, I haven't seen any teaming, so that is a positive there. But in my trophy range, everything has been extremely pokey and very slow-paced, and it's just not very fun. It's like everybody's just shooting at each other and then instantly backing off the moment you get any type of damage. And if you don't fit into that role, if you don't play like that, then you're going to get ganged up on. Like, for example, when I was on stream, I was trying to play Mo, and obviously Mo Super is going to dive on people, and I was trying to do that, and everybody just, like, gangs up on you as soon as you pop up out of the ground. You get, like, focus fired by all 3 teammates. I mean, it makes sense. That's definitely the way to do it. But like, it's just not a fun experience when you want to play like an aggro brawler, like say like Primo or Daryl, or even like an assassin like Mortis. You really can't play. You have to play super slow and super passive, and it's just not very fun. I also find it very hard to pick up power cubes after you've killed somebody unless you are playing an aggro brawler. What I mean by this is basically like, you know, you're doing the poke fest and you hit somebody a couple of times and you get them down, they die, they drop a power cube, right? And normally with a showdown match, you would be like okay to go try to pick up that power cube match. Maybe in duos, you would have to deal with their teammate, push them back a little bit. But in Trio Showdown, there's 2 people still. So those 2 people are going to dive bomb for that power cube with you as well. And normally, if you're by yourself, or even if we another teammate, nobody's really going to want to push into that power cube when that situation's there. And the power cube's closer to them, too. So they're at an advantage to pick that power cube up. So what I have found happens a lot is you'll get a kill. The other team will pick up that power cube, and you basically just end up feeding the other 2 teammates. And by the end of the match, they have like 10 power cubes, and your team has like 6 or 7. Especially if you have players who aren't killing themselves to feed the rest of the team. So basically, my experience with the mode has just been it's very slow paced, it's very pokey, and then even if you do pick up a kill, a lot of times you don't benefit from it because the other team ends up getting power cubes easier, and then they have 2 teammates that just get really big, and at the end of the match, you're dealing with a 16, 17 power cube Jesse as opposed to your like 4 power cube Tara or whatever. So overall, it's just not been like a great experience. I think there's some bugs that need to be worked out a little bit. Maybe like if you didn't drop power cubes on death or something like that, it would be a little bit more balanced, but then it's just like all RNG based. So I don't know exactly what you could do with the mode. Anyway, that's just my experience with Trio Showdown. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments, but we're going to move on to Jellyfishing now. Basically, anytime we get any 3v3 mode, I'm excited. So I was definitely interested in trying out Jellyfishing to see how it plays. So what do I think about Jellyfishing? It is a mode that exists, and we are currently playing it. Being totally honest, I don't exactly know what this mode is missing, but it's missing something, and it just feels like there's no tension in any match, and I don't think this mode has the legs to become permanent. Like, I don't think they could reskin the jellyfishes to be bolts and have us playing this mode all the time, having it rotate with, like, gem grab or something. I just don't feel like this mode has it, and I don't exactly know what it's missing, but it's missing something. Now, first off, we've been playing on one map for 3 days, and I'm not a big fan of this map at all, this Flying Fish Sticks map, so I think that could definitely be part of why I'm not enjoying the mode quite as much, but this map kind of sucks. It's kind of like a dead zone right in the middle, and the jellyfish spawn on, like, the outsides of the map, like, right in those, like, dead areas where the walls are, and if you go into that without a wall break, then you're kind of screwing yourself because the other team can just focus fire you while you're in there. There's not a ton of room to dodge, and a lot of times you just end up getting killed, and the jellyfish, like, accumulate in the corners like that. Aside from the map, though, like I said, jellyfishing just feels like it's missing something. Like, every match doesn't feel like it has any type of tension in it. Like, gem grab is exciting because, like, you pick up the gems. When you get enough gems, then the countdown starts. But you do have that tension there of, like, being able to flip the match within that timer. Like, if you get the kill, you get the gems, and you get out, then you have flipped the match, and it has that tension. Like, you never, like, are guaranteed to win, where jellyfishing doesn't have that. Right now with jellyfishing, you pick up the jellyfish, you hold on to the jellyfish, they go into your bank, and then that's it. Like, when you get enough jellyfish, like say you're at like 18 jellyfish and you pick up 2 jellyfish, you just grab them and run away, and then the match ends after the timer's up, after that like 2-second timer's up. And like, people can't kill it, but there's no announcement about the match being almost over. So right now, every match, no matter how close it is, I never realize how close it is because there's never like any type of like auditory cues or visual cues about the team like actually getting close to finishing. Like, I had a match earlier today that was 17-20, and I didn't even realize how close it was because there's no like cues or anything. Like, we just ended up winning. The match just ends, and you don't even realize you're getting to the end. And I think it's that lack of tension that jellyfishing is missing that actually makes the mode fun to play. Every mode has some type of tension that is like makes it exciting. Gem grab has the countdown. Brawl ball also has a countdown. Plus you also like know like very clearly how many goals and like what the score is. But jellyfishing doesn't have any of that type of stuff. It's just collecting jellyfish, run away, end of match. It just feels like it's missing something, right? So as far as the game modes go, I can't really give a solid opinion about Trio Showdown because I don't really enjoy Showdown, and it's just Showdown with 3 people. So you guys can let me know what you think about Trio Showdown. But as far as jellyfishing goes, I do like 3v3s, and I can give an opinion on that. And like I said, it does feel incomplete, mainly because of that lack of tension. But also, there could be other things that make jellyfishing better. I just don't know for sure. So I'm just not enjoying jellyfishing, and I don't think it'll be permanent by any stretch of the word. All right, so I'll be straight up with you guys. I've been very negative throughout this entire video, and that's just because I feel like this season is not living up to all the hype that was behind it going into the season, and I feel like this whole season is just like a big cash grab. Like, the only thing I've been very positive about was the existence of the cash shop. I like that we get to pick what we're unlocking in this event. That's very good in my opinion, but everything else just feels like it's pay to win and a bit scammy. Like, honestly, like the shop feels like it's expensive on purpose to try to get you to buy more Krusty Cash, and then on top of that, everything with the power-ups is pay to win in my opinion. Like, you want to get spatula, you want to get level 3s of all the power-ups and all that stuff, and it just feels like that's purposely made to be pay to win. And then as far as the game modes, like I said, Trio Showdown's just not for me. I'm not a Showdown player, so I was never set up to like Trio Showdown, but I'm sure it's fine for most people. And then Jellyfishing, it just feels like a miss in general. It just feels like the mode's missing something, and I'm just not a fan of it right now, so I can't say that it's a good mode by any stretch of the word. And like I said, it's entirely possible they like pump a bunch more Krusty Cash into the economy, and we're able to unlock a lot more stuff than we are right now. It's only been a couple of days, and I'll recognize that, but this is just like my early impressions of the season. So if my opinions change like towards the end of the season, I will let you guys know about that, but as of right now, just not a big fan. Anyway, let me know what you're thinking about this season down in the comments. Let me know if you're enjoying it. Let me know what your favorite thing is. Let me know what your least favorite thing is as well. And that'll do it for this one. Remember, if you like my rambling, make sure you leave a like on the video. And if you're new, consider dropping a sub as well. But that's going to do it for today. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.